And good morning, Savannah and the Coastal Empire. I got a little fans blowing on me, but you're here watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report live on the Soundgarden stage. No other place than being back home at Coach's Corner. That's right. I'm at Coach's Corner. I'm back on the Soundgarden stage. Last week, we had the Optim Orthopedic Prep Sports Report Media Day. 13 teams showed up. It was a lot of fun. But I must be at home in the Soundgarden. So here I am, cords tangled, things not going right, but it's great to be here. And it's August 12th, 2023. Little hot right now, but you know what? I've been out here. It's been cold. It's been hot. But this is what I said. As long as I'm here at Coach's Corner, no matter what the temperature, I'll be right here on the Soundgarden stage. All right. And if you have a comment, jump right in. Okay. Because right away I'm going to go. And there he is, the producer, Lawrence Bennett, the OG of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. He's the one that got this all started. We're on the internets. Okay. So check it out. Wednesday nights, we got Rubbin' and Grubbin' with the man himself, Brandon Bain, the NASCAR guru. Okay. Talking all things NASCAR, does a great job. He knows a lot of other things too. And of course, the producer, Lawrence Bennett, is back there behind the scenes producing the show. I wish he'd get out of bed and come over here. No, I'm only joking, Lawrence. But he stays at home. He sends me chats. He lets me know what's going on. And then, of course, the second live show is the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. Every Saturday, live, whether it's here at Coach's Corner, whether it's on a remote. I mean, people are begging the coach to come places. I'll do it. Hey, more promotion for the Coach's Corner Sports Network. We do have another live show that only goes once a year. That's the 19th hole with the Herb brothers, Brent and Sean Herb. The week of the Masters. That's right. The week of the Masters, Augusta, 5 straight days. I don't know how these guys do it. You know, they have a little adult beverages and they have a good time and it's a lot of fun. And then we have one podcast, but I got to tell you, people, kind of been tough doing that podcast. It's the Who's on First Base Baseball podcast with the coach, yours truly, and of course, Kyle Lawson. But due to the fact that we both got stuff going on, I had the first week of school. He's got work. He's a safety manager. So, I mean, it's just crazy. And sometimes he doesn't get home in time. I mean, Lawrence Bennett can attest to that because we know the Atlanta man, Brandon Bain, he has some things going on in his life too, where he works. So he's there to do it too. Okay. Why isn't okay, let's see. Hopefully, there we go. There's my batter. There's the coach. Let's go with another batter to let you know what you're listening to and what you're watching. There you go. I'm on a roll, Lawrence. I'm on a roll, baby. Okay. But, you know, everything's tangled anyway, so I'll get to that later. But it's the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, all sports, all the time, all local, and where else but at the greatest sports establishment in Savannah, where it's all sports, all food, all fun, all music since 1961. And talk about all music, hey, I'm going to do this quick. I usually do it at the end of the show. Hey, you want to come out tonight? The Savannah Bulldog Club, back-to-back Natty Bash from 6 to 11 right here at Coach's Corner. The Savannah Bulldog Club, strong, $35 a ticket. Go to the Eventbrite, get yours so you can come here tonight. All right, next Friday, August 18th at 7 p.m., we got Irritating Julie. And then Saturday, August 26th at 7 p.m., all my rowdy friends. And what John Henderson tells me, thank you, John Henderson and Del Henderson, for letting me do this here. Okay, all my rowdy friends, the nation's ultimate Hank Jr. tribute band. It's supposed to be unbelievable. Hey, you want to come out in September? Saturday, September 9th. We got the Yacht Club, you know, all that mellow music, that boat music. Come on out, the Eagles, okay? And then, of course, we go the following, we're going to take a couple of weeks off there. We're going to come back Friday, September 22nd. We're going to do Pandora's Box, the ultimate Aerosmith tribute band. So I'll get more September dates for you. There's also an Alzheimer's fundraisers Music Fest coming up. I think that's September 29th. My mom died of that, so it's near and dear to me, so I got to contribute to the cause. That's right. Coach's Corner, Soundgarden events. You got to check it out tonight. Woo, 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 woo. Go Dogs. Okay, come out and join that crazy group that's going to be out here tonight. All right, little twist here, Lawrence. I know you're watching. Okay, we got another comment coming in, and there he is. My man, the #1 fan of the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, Dennis Kessler. Good morning, Dennis. Great to see you. I appreciate you. Love the show. Yeah, I know next week the Cavs play Islands. You don't have to rub it in because I work at Islands. What team are you for? The Islands High School Sharks. I started that program. How can I not root for the Sharks, even though I got Calvary blood in me? Yes, and let's all say a prayer for all the people in Maui with that devastating fire that's going on. Dennis Kessler, love you, brother. Thanks for coming on, and hopefully I'll see you at a Cavaliers game. My son's gone now, so I used to go every week. But I'll get out there to check out the Cavaliers. All right. Thank you, Dennis, for checking in. All right. Show's a little different today, Lawrence. That's right. I didn't check with the producer first. What I'm going to do is the first segment, quarter number 1, we're going to talk about high school sports. Quarter number 2, we'll get to the college and the local sports, the national sports, the pro sports in Savannah, Georgia. Quarter number 3, of course, we got to stay with the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week from Effingham County High School. This kid is under the radar. Like I said, he's under the radar, but people are starting to notice him. Nice time to get the hiccups, Coach. Okay. Nat Hayes Jr., the starting quarterback at Effingham County High School. Not just the starting quarterback, but the kid is valedictorian. The kid's got a 4-point whatever GPA. Can't wait to talk to this young man. I watched him grow up because I worked there for 5 years when he was a little tyke with his dad, Nat Hayes Sr. And by the way, Nat Hayes Sr., if you're watching, congratulations, buddy, because it's now Dr. Nat Hayes, Georgia Southern standout football player, been at Effingham for a long time, and his wife is the guidance counselor, Mimi Hayes. Just, let's keep it all in the family, all right? And then quarter number 4, my paisan is coming back. The little guy, the guy that started this all with me back when I was doing the radio. And that's, of course, PJ Zuko from ESPN Coastal, which is no longer ESPN Coastal. It's the Superstations now. Coach's Corner, big, proud sponsor of the Superstations. Carries the Braves, carries Bulldogs, carries the Falcons, carries the Hawks. Okay, so PJ Zuko coming in and talk a little high school football, college football. And you know what? He did, what is it? I don't know, Lawrence, that red-green checkered. Is there a green-red checkered? Red-green checkered? I don't know what it is, but he did a great NASCAR show weekly on the radio with the Atlanta man, Brandon Bade. So he's coming on to talk about that. So whether I bumbled some of that, but it was something like that. He'll be on to end the show. And then quarter number 5, overtime, three steps out the door, where I have the videos that I noticed this week that I thought was something special. And, of course, Carl's Corner. What's bugging me about sports? And there we go. Lawrence, I love you, brother. It was called Green, White, and Checkered. PJ will put me straight, but my little paisan coming on. I mean, he was my producer when I started with ESPN Coastal, ESPN Savannah. Brought him on the radio. He grew, has a plethora of knowledge about NASCAR football, even though he is a Penn State fan. So that'll be the show. All right, let's get to the high school news. Okay, we got a lot going on. Let me get my notes here. And we'll go from there, okay? So let's start out with, of course, what's happened in high school sports. Okay, little glitch here. Give me some time, people. We got 5 minutes to go through this. All right, I'm trying to rearrange this, and it's a one-man show. If I can get Lawrence out of bed, it'd be a lot easier. No, Lawrence, I'm only joking. You don't have to come, okay? But anyway, we had a lot going on this week with youth sports during the summer. All right. Savannah Christian cheerleader, Georgia High School State Association Class 3A long jump champion. She is now the Georgia Cheerleading Coaches Association Cheerleader of the Year. Her and her teammate, Grace Stover, okay, are both all-state, but Jaden took it one step, and she was the, cheerleader of the year. Great young lady. She didn't want to talk about what she accomplished. She wanted to talk about the people that came in and supported her. She wanted to talk about her coaches. She wanted to talk about Hey, check the story out at prepsportsreport.com. Savannah Christian, Jaden Singleton, named GCCA Cheerleader of the Year. You got to check it out. Such a good girl, and she's all about that. All right. Savannah area football coaches came to the Optimal Orthopedics Prep Sports Report Media Day. Okay, great article by Nathan Dominance. You can see what all 13 coaches had to say about their teams. Go to YouTube. You can watch it. Okay, so once again, go check that out. Then, of course, this girl is red hot. I mean, she is red hot. I'm talking about Mary Miller. She wins another tournament, okay? She goes to the Beth Daniel Jr. Azalea tournament and wins by 2 strokes. I mean, she's on a roll. I don't know how many she's won this year, but Mary Miller Back-to-back state champions with Savannah Christian women's golf team, ladies golf team, girls golf team, whatever you want to call it. She's also the state champion last year, the individual medalist. Now she's doing it all summer long, and she was on a couple of weeks ago. Once again, go to YouTube channel, check it out, my interview with Mary Miller. All right. Jack Weeks. Many, many years ago, preseason college football, I had Jack Weeks come on and give me his predictions. I think he was 8 years old, 9 years old. Well, once again, he's making a name for himself in the golf world. Okay, he just won a big golf tournament in Charleston through the U.S. Kids Golf Tour in Charleston at the golf club at Bears Creek. Weeks, who qualified for both the Georgia State Golf Association Junior Championship and the U.S. Kids Golf Team World Championship this summer, recorded 5 birdies, 4 bogeys, but he claimed a 5-stroke victory to win at that Mount Pleasant, South Carolina golf course. Way to go, Jack Weeks. All right, Savannah cheerleaders. Savannah cheerleaders making more news. We had Jaden Singleton winning the GCCA, the Georgia Cheerleaders Coach Association Cheerleader of the Year. Well, Savannah Country Day took a little trip down to St. Augustine last week, and 3 of their cheerleaders were named All-Americans, UCA All-Americans, the United Cheerleading Association, which is the biggest organization that puts on camps and all that stuff. So we got to send out a shout-out to seniors Rachel May and Annie Lalos and Ella Haas. Rachel May and Annie are seniors. Ella is a junior. Ella is a 3-time UCA All-American cheerleader. So go check those out. Those are all on the Prep Sports Report. You got to check it out. And I got about a minute left. Okay, quickly. Football kicks off this week, week 0. Why it's called week 0, I don't know. So let me put this up. Hopefully you can see it. All right. Thursday night, Savannah Country Day takes on Windsor Forest at Savannah High. All right. Nice blue track. You're going to love it if you get over there. Beautiful facility. Friday night, Richmond Hill at Effingham County. The battle goes on for these two. They used to be region rivals. Richmond Hill 7A. Effingham is in 6A. Friday night. Vidalia takes on the South Effingham Mustangs in the Corral. Bradwell goes to Wayne County. Benedictine at home against Jenkins Memorial Stadium. Islands goes to Calvary. Bluffton comes to Beach at Savannah High Friday night. Okay. MCA, McIntosh County Academy, takes on Johnson at Islands. Southeast Bullock is at Liberty. Savannah Christian's at Hilton Head Christian Academy. Bryan County is at Lincoln County. Savannah High is at Josie. Bethesda goes to Hilton Head Prep. Palmetto Christian at Memorial Day School. The Road Warriors have a whole game. Unbelievable. And St. Andrews travels to Thomas Jefferson. So that's your week 0 football schedule starting this Thursday night. You got to be excited. Are you ready for some football? All right. Well, that's the first quarter in the books. Like I told you, I'm going to break it into 2 quarters because I never finish in 1 quarter. So hopefully Lawrence Bennett agrees with what I'm doing here. But I'll be back in 3 minutes. Got to thank the sponsor first. You're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Coach's Corner Soundgarden stage because it's all sports, all food, all fun, all music, all the time since 1991 at Coach's Corner, and I'm proud that I can do my show here. I'll be back in 3 minutes. We'll go to step 2s and 3s. Steps 2s and 3s. Come on, Coach. Step 2 and 3 with local colleges, and, of course, pro sports that are in the area. Once again, Karl DeMasi Sports Report brought to you by Coach's Corner Sports Network. All the time. That's Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt, Georgia, because Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for over 20 years running. It's no wonder why. There's always sports, live music in the Soundgarden, and delicious and abundance of pub food. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick your favorite TV because Coach's is your place to be. Coach's Corner has been Savannah strong since 1991 and is always open for dining service for lunch and dinner. Remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. Join John Henderson and the crew for the best burgers, wings, and now pizza too. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's right, remember that number, 912-352-2933. So make your next pit stop at Coach's Corner. And as always, make it a night to remember at Coach's. At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School will consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. Come get equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
You still want some real New York Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road, Tuesday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., serving breakfast and lunch right here in Savannah, Georgia. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering has been serving the public for over 3 years. Now, if you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered to your door, go online to SavannahTakeout.com or DoorDash.com, or just pick up the phone and call 912-354-2914. That's right, 912-354-2914. Kabish, and remember, we ain't New York style. We are New York at Rocky's New York Deli and Italian.
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room, if you can. At the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And welcome back to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. Step number 2, quarter number 2. I don't have enough time to get all the information in that first segment, so I'm going to split it up. The first segment will be high school sports. The second segment, I will be going to the local colleges and stuff like that. So if you have a comment, please put it in the comment box, and I'd like to break it down. All right, step number 2. Well, let me go back to step number 1. I didn't finish really all the high school stuff. Don't forget, softball, volleyball, cross country, they've all kicked off. All right. So it's just not football going on. You got a volleyball story. You got a softball story. You got a cross country kid that you want to highlight. Hey, send me the information, please. Send me the information. I want to highlight these kids. I mean, that's what it's all about. And let me go to my my banners, and I'm going to create a banner. Okay. This is how you can get in touch with me, please. Send me the information. You got my email right here. Let me type it in. Or text me, and I will call you. I want to get these kids more love. I want to get them out there to the public. Please, please. Okay? Okay, there it is. I'm going to show it. There it is. K. DeMasi at PrepSportsReport.com or 912-507-9158. We need to get the news out there about these kids. These kids deserve it. They deserve all the love. And, you know, it's just something special if we can get it out there to them, okay? Hey, the man, he used to be the coach and AD a long time ago. How did the scrimmages go? I don't know, Chad. I know a lot were canceled because of lightning and all that other stuff going around. To me, Chad, the coach and AD from about 2 years ago, to me, Chad, scrimmages don't matter. Scrimmages are for the coaches. They're not for the fans. They're not for the scoreboard. That's all I got to say. So how did they go? Some teams did well. Some teams didn't do well. But you know it. You're a coach. I'm a coach. We use it to get ready for the season. So, you know, that's a great question. But I don't know. I know BC didn't start playing till like 10 o'clock last night. So I know Beach and St. Andrews lost their games because their opponents dropped out at the last minute. Of course, Country Day was all over Islands, and Calvary had a. See, I do know about scrimmages. I lied. Okay. Calvary had a good matchup with New Hampstead. So as far as the other scrimmages go, I couldn't tell you. I mean, Effingham had Screven. But you know what? It's scrimmage time. Next week, week 0 is when it all kicks off, Chad. So thanks for checking in. Miss you, brother. All right. So also, a lot of kids are getting a lot of recognition in football, for All-State, Georgia Power 100, Jake Berklinger, quarterback at Calvary, Luke Cromahawk, quarterback at Benedictine, Elijah Griffin, defensive end at Savannah Christian. All three are Georgia Power Top 100, then All-State. Okay, in 4A, this is what I found. If I missed something, you can give me a comment or email me right there to Karl DeMasi, KDeMasi at prepsportsreport.com or 912-507-9158. Georgia High School 4A All-State, Luke Cromahawk from Benedictine, Zach Pearson, offensive lineman from New Hampstead, Jacob Ward from Benedictine, another offensive lineman. The Hogs, I'm a Hog too. I played line. They're getting some love. You got to love it, baby. Dick Vitale, my prayers are with you through that radiation treatment for that voice. I hope I can keep my golden vocal cords as long as you have. All right. Defense, Wilkes Albert, linebacker, Benedictine. This kid was all over the field in the championship, one of the most underrated linebackers in the area, in the state, in the country. I had him on my show last year after the championship because he was the MVP. I think he had like 500 tackles or a gazillion tackles. Like there's a gazillion TVs here at Coach's Corner. All right. Class 3A on offense, Merklinger, quarterback, Michael Smith, tight end, both from Calvary, Chaz Ramirez, place kicker from Savannah Country Day. On defense, Elijah Griffin and David Busey, both from Savannah Christian, and Jordan Davis, linebacker out of Calvary Day School. Okay, so I just wanted to mention that and get that out there. Don't forget, like I said, softball, volleyball, cross country, cheerleading. Riflery has started, but they won't start doing competitions till October. All right, so make sure you check it out. All right, step 2, colleges. All right, Savannah State kicked off their preseason football practice August 5th. They're out there right now. They're supposed to be out there right now from 8 to 10. Aaron Helton in his second year. So they got 25 practices before the season starts. September 2nd, they go to Florida, the only local team to not play a whole game. They go to Florida to take on Southeastern University at 7 p.m. All right, then the other slate, who's kicking it all off for us? August 31st. Not Georgia Southern, not Georgia State, but the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets will be on August 31st, Friday night. Okay. No. Sorry, I apologize. August 31st, I do apologize. It's Georgia State kicking off the season at Rhode Island at 7 p.m. Then on Friday, September 1st, Georgia takes on Louisville in Atlanta. Then Georgia hosts Tennessee Martin on Saturday. Georgia Southern hosts Citadel on Saturday. Okay, so let me get this straight. Georgia State, I do apologize to all the Panthers fans and especially the Lewis fans because their son plays defensive line for them. They start August 31st, okay? And then Georgia Tech hosts Louisville on September 1st. Georgia and Georgia Southern kick off on Saturday, September 2nd. Georgia takes on Tennessee Martin, and then Georgia Southern takes on the Citadel, both playing home. Soccer, SCAD, kicks off this week, all right? Men's soccer opens up August 17th at home. All right, slow down, Coach. Take 3. Men's soccer, SCAD. The SCAD Bees opens up home August 17th. That is Wednesday versus Faulkner University. The women open up August 19th at Cambersville University. Okay, so once again, SCAD and Savannah State softball and volleyball kick off later on in September. SCAD's cross country kicks off. Okay, so those are the local colleges. If you have any local college news, please let me know. I'd love to get it on there. And once again, I just lost my closed caption. Okay, no, it's on. Okay, good deal. I'm a one-man show here. Okay, let's go to professional. The Braves they're about 500 since the All-Star break, but they did it to the Mets in Citi Field last night. They beat them 7-0. They're 72-41. They've dropped 2.5 games. They only got a 9-game lead on the Phillies, who are now in second place. It was the Marlins. The Mets are 52-62. Just a fire sale there. I mean, not to say your prayers for people in Maui. I didn't mean to say that, but yeah. So we got to say a prayer for those people. The Mets are just nowhere. Eddie Rosario had 3 RBIs. Charlie Moon won 11-10. Shutout. Struck out. Had 7 walks, and he still won and didn't give up a run. Okay. Over 5+ innings. Austin Riley finished with a triple shy of the cycle, had 2 RBIs. And, Matt Olson, don't forget the other night before, just tied Shohei Ohtani for the major league lead in home runs. Ozzie Albies added a run, scoring single. They play today. It's a doubleheader made up from April 29th. Mets and Braves play a doubleheader up there in Citi Field in New York today. 1:10 is the first game. All right. We got, for the Mets, Denny Reyes going. And for the Braves, we got rookie Alan Winnis going. All right. At 7:15, Spencer Strider is coming off one of his worst starts ever. He'll take on Jose Quintana at 7:15 up there in the Big Apple in New York City. Okay, where are we at? Okay, I got a couple minutes because my next guest is waiting. If you watched the Falcons last night, pretty impressive. The rookies did a good deal. They beat Miami 19-3. D. Alford, I think it was an 80-yard punt return for a touchdown, an interception right after that. The Falcons just had it going against the Miami Dolphins. I think, the second and third teamers. Desmond Ridder, the starting quarterback for the Falcons, did not play. Rookie Beijing Robinson did not play. So hopefully next Friday, against Cincinnati. Sorry, it's Thursday. No, it is Friday. Friday, the Falcons are home against the Cincinnati Bengals, so we'll see if the first stringers play. Brian Harman coming off the British Open. Okay, he's playing in the first round of the FedEx Cup playoffs at TPC Southwind. He's 1 under. He's tied for 46. Now, the playoffs have all changed, okay? All right, the first one is the FedEx St. Jude Championship. The top 70-point getters on the FedEx Cup went. Harman was one of them. I think he was number 10, okay? Now, the next one is at the Wyndham Championship, the top 50 players with points. He's got to move up if he wants to do that. It's a 36-hole cut to the top 50 players. Then the BMW Championship, the top 50-point players go, and then the Tour Championship is the top 30-point getters on the FedEx Cup. Go get him, Brian Harman. All right, almost done here. I said the Mets. I said the Falcons. I said golf. Oh, Tim O'Neill, great showing at the Senior Open. He is this week at okay, Coach, come on. All right, he's at the Boeing Classic. O'Neill is tied for 18th at 2 under. Gene Sanders hasn't played for April. Still don't know. I have an update on that. Savannah Bananas, they're on their New England trip. Okay, game 71 last night of the tournament, of the series. It was a challenge against the Staten Island Ferry Hawks. They won 2-1. They'll play tonight at Staten Island again. Staten Island, New York, right across from New York City. They'll take on the Party Animals. Then they go up to New England. They're in Hartford on August 14th. They're in Brockton, Massachusetts on August 16th. Then they go to Portland, Maine on Friday, August 18th and August 19th. If you get the New England Sports Network, you can watch all the games. Savannah Clovers, they're 1-10, 9th place in the NISA. They'll be playing today in Maryland against the Maryland Bobcats, who are in 3rd place. All right. Don't forget the Savannah Falcons, our semi-pro football team, are having open tryouts August 25th, 5 p.m. sharp at Daffin Park. Okay. Tonight, Soundgarden, the Georgia Bulldogs, back-to-back Natty Bash, 6-11. Get your tickets at Eventbrite. It's $35. All right. So hopefully I got all the news I needed to get in steps 1 and steps 3 in 2 parts. Now we go to my favorite part of the show. Coming up, the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week, senior quarterback, 3-sport player, outstanding student athlete from the HAM, Effingham County Rebels. It's always go Rebels. Okay, we'll talk to senior Nat Hayes. Stay right here. We'll be back in 3 minutes. You're listening to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. I hit a button. Sorry, people. All the time. That's Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt, Georgia, because Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for over 20 years running. It's no wonder why. There's always sports, live music in the Sound Garden, and delicious and abundance of pub food. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick your favorite TV, because Coach's is your place to be. Coach's Corner has been Savannah strong since 1991 and is always open for dine-in service for lunch and dinner. Remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. Join John Henderson and the crew for the best burgers, wings, and now pizza too. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's right, remember that number, 912-352-2933. So make your next pit stop at Coach's Corner. And as always, make it a night to remember at Coach's. At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and best prices on the biggest brands: Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. From cutting and equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
You still want some real New York Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road, Tuesday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., serving breakfast and lunch right here in Savannah, Georgia. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering has been serving the public for over 3 years. Now, if you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered to your door, go online to SavannahTakeout.com or DoorDash.com, or just pick up the phone and call 912-354-2914. That's right, 912-354-2914. Kabish, and remember, we ain't New York style. We are New York at Rocky's New York Deli and Italian.
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room. If you can, at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And welcome back to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network, on the Coach's Corner Sound Garden stage, at Coach's Corner. It's a little hot, but you know what? You got to love it. It's Saturday morning talking local sports. And like I say every week, this is why I started this show. My favorite part of the show, thank you to Dr. Bart Wetherington and Lisa Wetherington for supporting us since day one, since 2017. It's the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week. If you have a chiropractic athlete of the week, there it is. K. DeMasi at PrepSportsReport.com or at 912-507-915. Send me your nomination. Love to get these kids on. Love to talk to them now. All right. I know this kid. I mean, I watched this kid for 5 years up at Effingham County High School grow. His father, got to work with his father, football coach, football player, basketball coach, you name it. He was jack of all trades, played at Georgia Southern, Eagles standout from what I understand. I guess he played for the good old Irk Russell. Sorry, Nat Hayes Jr. Give away your age there, but it's Dr. Nat Hayes. Congratulations on that. And, of course, his lovely wife, Mimi Hayes, has been there for a long time. Now she's a counselor. But their son has grown into an exceptional student athlete. That's right, student athlete. This is exactly from Dennis Knight, Savannah Morning News, top 5 quarterbacks in the area. Hayes is a 4.0 student and 3-sport standout who plans to become a doctor. He attended a football camp at Harvard, and I posted that on Twitter, and I posted it on my promo. He's got a little Harvard jersey on. this summer. He's a dual threat behind the center. He threw for 1,658 yards last year, 14 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, not bad, while rushing for 308 yards and 4 scores for the Rebel squad, who finished second in Region 2-6A, and they were playing for a championship the last week of the season against Brunswick. So he's had a great career. Plus, I guess he can validate this, and I know he's a humble kid. He's also, from what I understand right now, the valedictorian of his class at Effingham County High School. So joining you now on the Coach's Corner hot seat, the man himself, Nat Hayes Jr. What's up, Nate? How's it going?
It's going great. How are you?
Hey, it's a long time. The last time I saw you, you were probably up to my waist. But anyway, congratulations. You've been nominated as one of the top quarterbacks in the area by Dennis Knight, Savannah Morning News, and other publications. Pretty impressive. And, you know, you're not just a one-sport player, you're a three-sport player. But congratulations on being recognized.
Thank you.
And your coach, John Ford, love talking to him. He's got so many sayings. He praises you. He says you're one of the best quarterbacks he's coached, best football players he coached a long time. Very intellectual, knows the game, knows everybody's position. So a lot of big kudos there, buddy, going into your senior year.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so when did well, you don't have to tell me. I know when it all started, probably when you got out of the crib. But when did you start playing sports?
You're right. It started when I got out the crib. My dad was a football coach for 30 years. He had to stop coaching when he became assistant principal about 6 years ago. But I first started playing soccer when I was 5 or 6. And then I started playing football, basketball, and baseball when I was 7. And I kind of gave up soccer. But so since I was 7, I've been on this football journey. So it's been a while. Okay,
so you got football, basketball, baseball.
Yes,
What's
sir.
your favorite?
Football.
Why is it your favorite?
Why is it my favorite? Especially about high school football. And there's just something different about how Friday Night Lights brings the community together. When the band gets going, the cheerleaders get going, the fans get into it. And then when the football team can be successful and just play with passion and dedication to the game, that's just something that brings the community together. And that's just what I love about football.
And I'm telling you right now, when I first got there way back when, and I went to that first South Effingham game, I mean, I couldn't believe it. 10,000 people, the place was packed, the whole county shuts down. And that's what high school football is all about here in the South. And you've got to live it for almost your whole life, because you've been going as a kid, now as a player. It's just something special. So, all right. So you're the quarterback, okay? If I had to ask Coach Ford, which I just told you, he gave me one of your strengths. What are your strengths as a football player or the quarterback?
I have to say my strengths would be my intellectuality at quarterback, my IQ. I definitely know the game. I have a great feel for the game, I think, because I've grown up around it. I've been raised around it. And especially as a quarterback, I can just feel the game, and I have intuition when it comes to playing the QB position. And then definitely my arm strength and my accuracy is improving. That's always been a trait I have, especially my arm strength when it comes to getting the ball downfield, because that's that baseball background. So I have to say those are my strengths. Yes, sir. My main strengths, and my leadership style.
And your feet. You're not going to throw your feet in there?
Well, the feet, yes, sir. Feet come naturally, yes, sir.
But I agree with you. You definitely the game. I mean, you're a coach's son, and, your father's been coaching football forever. And I know when you become an administrator, you can't coach anymore. But, he's got a chance to see you grow. And, he was a pretty good football player from what I heard at Georgia Southern. So now you're a very bright young man, and with everything as far as your strengths go, there are weaknesses. What have you been working on to get better at football?
Well, I have to say, growing over a high school career, I think I got more patient in the pocket. So as I've gotten more used to the playbook, I've let my plays develop, and so I can find my receivers in the positions they're in. So I don't have to immediately escape the pocket when I face pressure. I can stand tall in the pocket, stand strong in the pocket, and deliver the ball. So that's something I've improved on over high school. Yes, sir.
You're definitely a coach's son. Stand tall, step up in the pocket.
Yes,
things
sir.
That, other quarterbacks that didn't have dads as football coaches would tell you, and I have a son that is exactly like you. So that's pretty impressive. If you're just tuning in, we're at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week. I'm talking to Effingham senior quarterback Nat Hayes Jr. He's been recognized as one of the top quarterbacks in the area. All right. So what are your goals coming into the season?
Goals coming into the season would be to put my players in a position to succeed where they're gifted. We had a lot of guys returning this year who weren't in starting positions last year. So to be able to see these guys grow over the course of the season and improve and bloom where they're planted, that would be my goal. Win a region championship and obviously go game by game and then make a deep run in the playoffs if we're given that chance, and just take advantage of every opportunity we have. So, yes.
With sports, there's pressure. The quarterback, football, the shortstop in baseball, the point guard in basketball. How do you handle all this pressure?
First, I'll have to say prayer. Definitely prayer. I always have faith in God and that He has given me these abilities to succeed. So in order to just show Him that I'm grateful for those abilities, I can just use them to the best, in the best way I can. I don't think about the pressure a lot. I just go out and play the game because I have so much passion for the game. So when I'm out there on the football field, I'm just doing what I love, and I'm doing it with my brothers on the football field. And at the end of the day, pressure can be a good thing because that means that you were given something that you have to see through. And so, I mean, diamonds form under pressure. So, I mean, without pressure, there can't be success.
All right, I know I didn't put this on my question list, but football players, quarterbacks, anybody you look up to?
Anybody I look up to? I'll definitely have to say Jalen Hurts for his poise. He's always stayed poised. He's always had great composure on and off the football field. He's always a humble quarterback. I have to say Patrick Mahomes for that pure talent he has. Lamar Jackson for his dual threat running style. And Kyler Murray for just his ability to be a non-conventional quarterback. He especially has that baseball background.
Right.
And for his ability to get out the pocket and scramble, especially his size, that's just something you have to look up to.
Yeah, it definitely is. You've already answered that this question. What do you like most about football? And I asked you, which sport do you like the most? So, I mean, you've grown. You've successful in 3 sports. You're successful in the classroom. What do you think it takes to be a successful student athlete now in today's day?
You have to have great self-discipline to be a successful student athlete because there will be a lot of distractions, and you're going to have to find that balance between going to do things out of high school and still staying focused on your work with football. And so it takes self-discipline and self-motivation to keep going and to have that to be able to compartmentalize, to separate the student from the athlete, and then be able to balance it within each other. So whenever I have homework, I got to be able to do that, and then I have to be able to go to practice and be 100% for my team. So it just takes a lot of a great mindset.
Time management, which you're learning early on.
Yes, sir.
So, all right. So, academics, athletics, what are your hobbies? What do you do besides academics and athletics?
Well, I've been playing the piano since the age of 6.
Nice.
So play the piano. I write short stories. I play chess. I'm an artist, so I sketch on the side, and I also play the trumpet in the band.
I mean, if you don't know time management, we're doing all that stuff. I don't know what else is, but I mean, you keep yourself very busy. And like I said, I worked with your dad. I worked with your mom. I wasn't, I didn't work close with your mom at Effingham County High School. I think she was an English teacher back there. But, how has your family played a role in your athletic career and your academic career?
They've definitely always been that supporting role for me. And I'm grateful for it. They've always been there to take me to every baseball tournament, basketball tournament, football game I've ever had. And they've always been cheering me on from the sideline of the end zone of the bleachers. And I'm just grateful for it because growing up on every football team and every basketball team, my dad was always a coach. So he always played that role in me having that mindset to where I am now. Like you said, I'm definitely a coach's son. And then my mom always been to cheer me on, even if she doesn't understand what's going on in the play, she's always cheering me on. Yes, sir.
I can understand that. So you spent your whole life at Effingham County High School, elementary school, middle school, but you've been around Effingham your whole life. What's the experience like that? Being up there, as they say, in the Palace in the Pines in Springfield.
Palace in the Pines. I love it. Like you said, I grew up in the Effingham County school system. I went to pre-K Effingham County High School first, and I grew up going to football practice every day with my dad, and then being on the sideline on Friday nights while he was coaching the DBs. So, I mean, Effingham is a major part of me at this point, and I mean, I couldn't imagine growing up anywhere else besides the Palace in the Pines.
I love that name, and when they would always do the announcements at the end of the announcements, as always, go Rebels. So it's something that sticks with you. It's a great place to work. It would be unfair if I didn't say this. What about the other faculty members besides your mom and dad at Effingham County High School? What have they given to you?
Oh, they give me all the support, all the support, all the love. They always congratulating me and saying, keep going, keep your head up, stay strong. And especially the other coaches, all my teachers throughout high school, they always understand when I have to miss class to go to a football game early. They always understand. They're always there to help me with my homework or give me the extra help I need if I don't understand something. And I just, like I said, I can't imagine going anywhere else besides Effingham.
All right, so we're down to the last question. What are your plans after high school? What are your future plans? Are you going to go with sports? You're going to go academic? I mean, I saw all those awards. You want to be a doctor? What's your future plans there, Nate?
My future plans would be, after graduating high school, attend a 4-year college, major in biomedical engineering, apply to medical school, and then attend residency, and then become an orthopedic surgeon. And if football works out after college, then obviously I'll take that path. But play college football, and then the rest will hopefully fall into place.
Well, nice. I can't wait to see
and
you.
I forgot, my dream career is to be an orthopedic surgeon since I was 8 years old. Yes, sir.
Hey, you can come and repair my knees. I've already had 3 knee replacements, so that's something you could have been done if that's the anatomical part that you want to work on, the body part that you want to work on. So,
yes, sir.
But hey, way back when, you didn't say 3 words when I knew you. So you've grown to be a fine young man, a well representation of Effingham County schools and your parents, and it's just fun watching you grow. And I'm glad you're having so much success on the gridiron, and you get to play at the Griff one more season, and hopefully it'll be your best ever there. So Nate, so keep it up. Appreciate you coming on, and like you guys say, as always, go Rebels.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Hey, tell Dad, Mom, and Dad I said hello.
Yes, sir.
All right, take care. I'll see you during the season.
Yes, sir.
All right. I mean, just a humble kid. Comes from a great family. Teachers making their children understand that academics is really important. Orthopedic surgeon. I'm a little old for him to work on me now, but hopefully he'll reach that goal and play college football. But, he's one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the area to watch. Okay, and he's under the radar for the last 2 seasons, so he's made a name for himself last year. Make sure you know this name. Effingham County High School's own Nat Hayes Jr. Okay, he's going to make things happen this year, and hopefully the Rebels will knock off Brunswick as the region champions this year. All right, next up, bringing it back, my former producer, the little guy behind the mic. It was a lot of fun watching him grow into becoming an exceptional radio host, and I can't wait to have him back on. And that's, of course, my paisan from ESPN Coastal, from now the Superstations, PJ Zuko. We'll be back in 3 minutes. Got to thank everybody for supporting the show. Stay tuned for PJ Zuko, because you're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network.
All the time. That's Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt, Georgia, because Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for over 20 years running. It's no wonder why. There's always sports, live music in the Sound Garden, and delicious and abundance of pub food. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick your favorite TV because Coach's is your place to be. Coach's Corner has been Savannah strong since 1991 and is always open for dining service for lunch and dinner. Remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. Join John Henderson and the crew for the best burgers, wings, and now pizza too. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's right, remember that number, 912-352-2933. So make your next pit stop at Coach's Corner. And as always, make it a night to remember at Coach's. At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School, we consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and the best prices on the biggest brands: Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. From come get equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
You still want some real New York Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road, Tuesday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., serving breakfast and lunch right here in Savannah, Georgia. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering has been serving the public for over 3 years. Now, if you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered to your door, go online to SavannahTakeout.com or DoorDash.com, or just pick up the phone and call 912-354-2914. That's right, 912-354-2914. Kabish, and remember, we ain't New York style. We are New York at Rocky's New York Deli and Italian.
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room. If you can, at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And welcome back to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here at Coach's Corner, because it's all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. And I got to thank you, whether you join me for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Making me part of your day is something special. And it was something special when I first started with ESPN Savannah Radio way back there in, I don't know if it was 2016. I don't know when 2013. I went from 2013 to 2020, 7 years. And, I got this young pup as my producer. Well, I'm telling you, this young pup has grown with ESPN Savannah, and he grew up with some really, really good role models in Kevin Thomas, B.J. Bennett, Matt Osborne, Ben Troop. I can go on, but you know what? He's done an exceptional job. He made a name for himself. He started coming on my Saturday show, and we started doing segments together, and I enjoyed doing high school first look with him or high school game day with him. But here you go. This young man was the first intern. He started at ESPN Coastal in August of 2012. All right. He went for 5 years as an intern. Then he became the traffic manager, show host, high school first look, high school game day, halftime, specialty person. And let me get this right, or Lawrence is going to kill me. Green, white, and checkered NASCAR show. I mean, when I first started, I used to give him numbers, and he used to rattle off who had that race card. So it's been a lot of fun watching this young man grow, and I'm glad he got in touch with me, because he's headed to his homeland for a couple of weeks, but it's going to be a lot of fun. Joining me on the Coach's Corner hot seat is my little paisan, PJ Zuko. PJ, it's been a long time, but a lot of fun memories there, buddy.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I hope you can hear me well. I know you might not be able to, but you're exactly right. There's so many fun memories, and I appreciate you going through everything there and taking down. But as you know, I've been kind of going down a trip down memory lane myself over the past few weeks, and it was nice to listen to that for sure, and a lot of fun times. And I'm very happy because I think this is the first time in a few years, so I'm very happy to be able to talk to you again and to just enjoy this time. So thank you for having me on, and like you said, I'm driving up to the homeland right now, and it's a little crazy, but hey, it is what it is. I wouldn't have it any other way, right?
I mean, I understand. I mean, but you've been living down here most of your life there, little buddy.
Yeah, no, you're right. I think it's been about 15 years now, so I guess you could say, I'm a little bit of both. I'm a mixed bag. I'm a mutt, whatever you want to call me.
Well, I'm joining you pretty soon because I lived half my life up in New York, and I lived my half life down here in Savannah, Georgia, and it's been great moving down here south, meeting people like you, and watching you grow. And did you ever think when you first started producing the Karl DeMasi Sports Report way back when that it would lead to all the shows you did? And got a comment here because this guy's a big fan of yours. Lawrence Bennett, what's up, PJ? I sure miss Green, White, Checkered. You and the Atlanta man were awesome. So he just posted that on the comment page. But did you ever think it would grow that much?
I was hopeful, for sure. Then again, I didn't know. That's kind of the interesting thing, right? Is especially you get into where you can, and you work on what you can, and I just tried to do whatever I could and learn whatever I could, and thankfully, like you said, I had great teachers, and of course it was weird, like I wanted to be on the air and talk and just be able to talk sports. At the same time, I was insanely nervous, and especially at first of just having that microphone in front of you and knowing, who's listening and who could be listening and all that stuff. So being able to grow through that was awesome. So it was one of those things that I don't know if I had any crazy expectations, but I knew that, I was going to work my butt off no matter what was put in front of me. And thankfully, the Karl DeMasi Sports Report was one of the things that got matched up, and we got matched up to be able to do together. And you brought me on, and which was awesome, and I've always been thankful for that. Not only thankful, but just it was always such a good time as well. Just being able to talk with you and go back and forth about whatever we were talking about that day. So it was a blast, and like you said, I don't know if I had any grand expectations for what shows I would do and what I would cover. You talk about all the high school football stuff. At no point did I think, I'll tell you this, at one point I think we had 8 or 9 shows, and I never would have thought I would be doing that much. So I was insanely blessed on that front. I was also working my butt off, it's a lot of work, but at the same time, it was so much fun. It was so much fun too, and loved doing it. And like Lauren said, loved Green, White, Checkered, and had a blast with that as well. And we'll see what the future holds for sure. But that is, every one of those shows is going to be special. But Green, White, Checkered, and being able to come on with you, no matter what show we were doing that day, those will always hold special places in my heart, without a doubt.
And, he just wasn't an on-air personality, people. There's so much that goes on behind the scenes at a radio station, traffic manager, billing, making sure when the station went off air that they got it back on. And I hate to tell you, the other guy that took you under your wing, besides on-air personality, but learning the business was Kevin Thomas. And he's just a great guy, and I know he meant so much to you and where you're going and what you're doing.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It was crazy. When I started interning there in high school, it was really, BJ and Kevin, and I was talking to my parents about this the other day, just kind of laughing back at it, and apparently my mom overheard a conversation between the two of them. Like they sent me in the studio to do something, and apparently Kevin and BJ were both like, well, that's my intern, and then the other one was like, no, that's my intern. It was that I didn't know that at first, but that was hilarious. But obviously I learned a lot from BJ as well. But like you said, just Kevin means the world to me, and meant the world to me throughout my whole career, and even after we had left and whatnot, and things had changed into Shanks Broadcasting there, the super stations. If I was in trouble with something, I would call or text Kevin, and he never turned me away. So I will always be thankful for him, and like you said, all the stuff that goes behind the scenes as well. Like I love his play-by-play work. I love when he used to host, and he taught me a lot when it comes to that. He obviously taught me everything when it comes to operations and traffic as well. And that's one of those things in the moment when it's 2 a.m. and you're back with Kevin in the IT room trying to figure out why this server's not working or why this receiver's not working. In that moment it sucks, but looking back on it, learned a lot in those 2 a.m., 3 a.m. trying to figure things out, in those moments, and had a lot of fun with it too.
And you probably said, "Oh no, DeMasi's texting me and calling me. There's something wrong in Savannah with the station."
I didn't say no. The only reason I was saying oh no is like, you got to be kidding me. It's off again. What do we need to do? But no, it's one of those things. You look down and you say, "Oh crap!" But it's not because of who's texting you. It's because, like, man, we got to go to work again.
Oh boy! If you're just tuning in, it's the Karl DeMasi Sports Report live from Coach's Corner on the Coach's Corner Soundgarden stage. Talking to my little paisan, ESPN Coastal, now with the super stations, doing everything he can, and I know he's had a great career there. I mean, how old were you when you started at ESPN Coastal?
I started as an intern at 16.
Wow.
Which, that's one of the weird things is I was 16, but I have one of those birthdays that's kind of in a weird spot. So I was 16, a senior in high school, and ended up going up there and meeting them and whatnot. And, so majority of that first year I was 17, but at the start of it I was 16. So, that sounds really good. So, no. But yeah, no, I started there at 16 and, was there ever since.
All right, so we're going to put your on-air personality hat on. I know you haven't done this in a long time, but 2023 football season's coming on. What's your feeling?
Yeah.
Is this week 0 or week 1?
Oh, man, to me, if there's football teams on the field and they're playing games that matter, man, I feel like it's week 1, but it's weird. Like, I understand why it's referenced as week 0, absolutely. But to me, if they're playing football, man, I feel like it's week 1. But, it is what it is, I guess. But, no, it's week 1 to me. And, like you said, they're putting on pads and strapping up those helmets and playing games that matter. So that's the best part to look forward to. But, no, if they're playing football, man, it's week 1 to me.
I know, even though, what's your synopsis on why they reference it as week 0?
It's just, I don't know. They like to make it sound interesting. No, but I guess it's just because those extra bye weeks or whatever that they get, and a lot of people like to utilize those and whatnot throughout the middle of the season, and move things up. So if you can get another bye week or something like that, you always want to try and use it for sure. Yeah, I'm sure, other than the heat, I'm sure if they let these guys start playing in the middle of July, they'd probably do that too. So they'd call it week -7. I don't know, but no, I don't know. It's always been interesting, but yeah, week 1 to me, either way, I can't wait for it.
And I hope you like this, because I tried researching this last night because I wanted to ask you this, but I know you're going to love this. Week 0 came into play in 1983 when Nebraska took on Penn State.
Wow.
So 1983, and it's your favorite school was part of the first coined Week 0. How did you like that?
Okay, all righty then. Well, how about that? Well, I mean, that's crazy. That's crazy, first of all. Second of all, I'd go back in time and try and tell them to call it something different. No, but no, that's wild that they were the first ones. They were part of the first week. I never knew that. Never would have thought. That's crazy. I
know.
love that. It's great.
So, all right. So high school football. You've been following closely the teams lately, and you've been doing that for a long time. All these kids now getting big time Power 5 scholarship offers. I mean, you've watched it grow. I've watched it grow. So it's just been something special for the southeastern part of Georgia, the Coastal Empire, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And like you said, this area is just blowing up with high school football talent and guys that are being able to move on and go to the next level. And not that it was ever any different. We knew there were athletes here, and just being able to get them to those schools was always one of the big things. So, just awesome to see Savannah, Georgia blowing up even more, even more so when it comes to that. And of course, the better players and better coach and all that stuff you got going on, your programs are going to thrive even more so. So it's just awesome to see the programs thriving so much and so much talent in the area as well, and going up to those Power 5 schools, getting those early offers, and being able to go through the recruiting process and decide, which place is really right for me, instead of, saying, well, I got 1 or 2, I'll make a choice. Instead, they got plenty. So that is great to see. And I mean, you go from school to school, whether it be public, private, whatever, there's schools that are going to challenge deep in the playoffs and have, of course, for several years, but this year is going to be exactly the same. So I can't wait for that. Of course, you got Benedictine trying to defend the state championship. You have Calvary Day with Jake Merklinger coming back once again with that big commitment a few weeks ago and getting ready to go there. And he's not the only one either. That's the great line. Of course, like Calvary Day, man, they're loaded with talent and always have been. But you look around at the other schools in the area as well, with the public schools having the talent that they have and whatnot, and Jenkins with the program that they have, they've been able to build and kind of continue that success. And it's a great time to be a Savannah football player, and it's a great time to be a local sports fan when it comes to high school football in the Savannah area, without a doubt.
I mean, yeah, you are right. Savannah Christian with Elijah Griffin and David Boosie and, Benedictine. You got firsthand to watch that program grow, what Danny Britt has done with that football program. You guys were the flagship station for it, the radio station, and, just watching this grow has been unbelievable. Luke Cromenhawk, Florida State, Jake Merklinger, Tennessee, Elijah Griffin, the number 1 player in the United States right here in good old little Savannah, Georgia. It's been something special. All right, as far as you go, high school first look, high school game day, what was so special about doing those shows?
Oh, man. Just the people, and I know it might be, I don't know, if people listen, they might think it's cheesy or whatever, but if you know me personally, if there's people involved, I'm probably going to like it, and especially if there's people that mean something to me, I'm going to like it even more. And obviously, like I said, Kevin and you already meant a lot to me before we even started that, and then we got into it, and I was blessed enough for them to offer me to start going, and then of course I was running the board first, and then being able to start getting out there and going and setting up, and then doing just pregame and whatnot, and then was able to come on the high school game day and just kind of work my way in there and work my way up. I think that will always be, part of why it meant so much is when you put a lot into something and you try and grow with it, you try and grind and work your way up with it. Once you're able to kind of get to those spots, that means a lot to you just to begin with. And then you think about what we were doing. High school game day was special because most of the time we were able to set up a tent and put it in front of that stadium, whichever one we were at that week. And, during the breaks, have people come up to us and talk about the game or talk about what's going on, or try and get some free T-shirts and or just like share a Powerade with you or something like that. And that was entertaining and fun, and being able to see all the pageantry and whatnot of high school football in the Southeast firsthand. And then you think about the football game itself, and those last segments where we had to disassemble everything and get it up to the press box as fast as possible. And then, of course, just when you think about what you're doing, which at the end of the day, were we having a great time and was covering sports and being a part of a live football broadcast always something I wanted to do? Absolutely. So I'm not trying to be if that's selfish, then yes, absolutely I wanted to do that. But also, the cool part is being able to take those shows and then, of course, the broadcasts themselves and say, yes, this team is very good, and this coach and this coaching staff is doing an incredible job, but then also being able to put the focus on the players and say, this guy is doing this, he's done an amazing job tonight, or this guy is doing this, and to put that spotlight on him, because, of course, like I said, we enjoyed it and insanely, so much, but I know it means a lot to you to be able to turn it around and give the kids the credit they deserve for working so hard and being great at what they do, and being able to stay on the field academically as well, and things like that. And that means a lot to me too. It meant a lot to me. So that's why, like high school first look, even going back, instead of just talking to the coaches about what they were thinking, I wanted to talk to them about their players and see what they thought about their players, and to, again, try and put the focus on them and get some of that exposure, but also give them credit for what they were doing. So, I know that's a lot, but, of course, it's just, you guys meant a lot to me, and to be able to do that was great. To be able to have that kind of fun and reach those goals, but ultimately, being able to put up those highlights and hopefully, get guys' names on the radio and things like that, and hopefully give their parents some, if they weren't able to make it to a game or whatever, they were able to listen and things like that. So just all of that, just meant so much.
All right, I'm going to put you on the spot here. What's your favorite, high school football, college football, or NASCAR?
Oh, please. Oh, man.
I'm going to help you out. Here's your answer, my little partisan. What's ever in season? That's my favorite.
Yeah, no, that's a good one. That's a good one for sure. That's the thing is, like, high school football, it means so much to me, and there's nothing like it. And I love NASCAR as well. I grew up on it, but I will say that college football kind of did take a special part of my heart when I was young and carried that as well. So, like you said, it's tough to choose. I might say college football just barely, but man, there's also nothing like high school football on Friday nights, and just everything that goes into it.
All right, last question. So what does the future hold for PJ Zuko?
Well, I'm happy you asked. As of right now, that's the thing, is I'm kind of taking it moment by moment. As you said, I did all that work with ESPN Coastal. I loved it. I've worked for the past year with Shanks Broadcasting and Bill Shanks and the Superstations, and I appreciate him and the patience he had and sticking with me. I will say, though, that yesterday was my last day, and I'm moving on. I'm first taking a 2-week vacation to Pennsylvania and putting in applications and putting out resumes and things like that. I will say one of the reasons for that is because it was my choice to walk away. I love sports media, and I love being able to do it for 12 years. As you know, it is a grind, and
Oh, yeah.
I think you have to love every part of it. You have to love that grind, and I just think over the past few years, I've kind of looked at my personal life and set some goals, and I feel like to meet those goals, I probably have to have less of a grind when it comes to whatever job I have. So I'm going to take these 2 weeks and spend it with my family, of course, but also put in some applications, resumes, things like that, in some other fields and in some other opportunities. But while I'm walking away from sports media right now, as you know, if you've had passion for it once, you're probably going to have passion for it again. I'm not saying this is it by any means. I think in a few years I'll probably be able to find something that I can kind of cure that itch whenever I get it. But as of right now, looking for other opportunities and going to move on to a new field and try and hit some of these goals in the other parts of my life. I hit a lot of goals in sports media, and I love you guys for helping me do that. And that being said, I want to be able to do that in my personal life as well.
I got you. So whenever you got something you want to jump on and talk some sports, just let me know, because it's always open to you. I got the itch when I started way back in 2010 on a different radio station, and then you guys took me in and made me feel like one of the crew, and it's a big part of my life, and that's why I still want to do it. And whether it's on the internets, as I would say, or it's always going to be something special, and I'm going to carry on, like you said, giving those kids a little more due, their coaches, and what goes on, because you know what, this is something I love to do. I mean, I love teaching, I love coaching, but I'm like you. It's something, when you get into it, it's a grind, because it. I don't just jump on here and talk for an hour and a half without doing all the prep work. And now I'm learning what you guys would do, is producing a show and microphones and cameras, and it's a lot. But you got to love what you're doing. And I know you'll be back at it somewhere down the line. So, but once again, PJ, best of luck. We'll keep in touch. And once again, I know you're going to be happy. Go Lions.
Hey man, I'm fine with that, absolutely. But I'll say it for you too. Go Irish. I mean, hey, go Irish too. They should be fun to watch this year too. But no, I can't wait for college football to start, of course, and we'll see what happens there. But no, absolutely, I appreciate it, and thank you so much. And I can't wait to be back on.
You got it. Hey, I love you, brother. Keep on doing the work you're doing, because you know what you want to do in life, and you're gonna be very successful. You've been very successful now, because believe it or not, people ask me all the time, "How's PJ doing?"
That's awesome. Well, I appreciate it. Tell him I'm doing just fine. I'm doing just fine, and hopefully I see him soon. But I love you too, and thank you so much for everything. And can't wait to talk to you again soon. And hopefully, I know I should have been there today, but hopefully see you in person, hug your neck as well.
Hey, whenever you got a chance, you want to come up to the good old SAV, hey, I won't sing for you, but I'm on the Soundgarden stage, PJ.
I know. I don't want to sing there either, but it'd be cool to talk. No, absolutely, man. Well, I'll try and work it out soon for sure.
All right, safe travels. Enjoy it with your family, and have fun up there in Happy Valley.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I appreciate it. We got a wedding to go to, so you know it's going to be fun.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Hey, quickly, what's Slippery Rock like?
What's that?
What is Slippery Rock like? Slippery Rock University. I'm flying into Pittsburgh. I'm going to go watch a game there. What's that like?
I will be honest with you. I have never been to Pittsburgh, so I don't know. When we lived up there, we lived in the dead center of the state, and it was 4 hours either way, so never got to Pittsburgh. Got to Philadelphia, never got to Pittsburgh.
I'll let you know what it's like. So, but
great.
Appreciate it, buddy. Be safe. I'll talk to you.
Absolutely. Sounds great. Thank you so much.
I mean, what do you say about, this kid grew and grew and grew. I was very honored and privileged to have him as my producer when I went over to ESPN Radio, Savannah, and then we just hit it off and, talked about everything and talked high school football, college football. We've talked life. He knows where he's going, and he's gonna do a great job wherever he winds up. And I'm glad I had the experience of working with him and all those guys there at ESPN Coastal. They're a big part of my life. That's why I'm not great, but I learned it from those guys because I was a novice when I came on doing this, just like the intern there, the first ever intern for ESPN Coastal, PJ Zuko. All right. Lawrence, we're going strong, Lawrence, but I don't think I'm going to get to that 2-hour mark, but I appreciate it. And once again, appreciate PJ for finding that time driving to Pennsylvania, coming on. You're watching or listening to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. Be back in 3 minutes to wrap this puppy up.
All the time. That's Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt, Georgia, because Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for over 20 years running. It's no wonder why. There's always sports, live music in the sound garden, and delicious and abundance of pub food. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick your favorite TV because Coach's is your place to be. Coach's Corner has been Savannah strong since 1991 and is always open for dining service for lunch and dinner. Remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. Join John Henderson and the crew for the best burgers, wings, and now pizza too. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's right, remember that number, 912-352-2933. So make your next pit stop at Coach's Corner. And as always, make it a night to remember at Coach's. At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School will consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson's Sports Shop. From cutting it quick at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
You still want some real New York Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road, Tuesday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., serving breakfast and lunch right here in Savannah, Georgia. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering has been serving the public for over 3 years. Now, if you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered to your door, go online to SavannahTakeout.com or DoorDash.com, or just pick up the phone and call 912-354-2914. That's right, 912-354-2914. Kabish, and remember, we ain't New York style. We are New York at Rocky's New York Deli and Italian.
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room. If you can, At the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And welcome back to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, presented by Coach's Corner Sports Network, because it's all music, all sports, all food. Well, let's start again. It's all food, all sports, all music, all fun since 1991, and I got to appreciate them letting me do this. Got to thank the guests for coming on. Nat Hayes Jr., Effingham County Senior High School starting quarterback, valedictorian, just a great kid. And, of course, my little paisan, PJ Zuko, back in 2013 when I started at ESPN Radio. He was my my producer, my intern. You know, I love the kid. I mean, you know, I'm a lot older than he is, but we just hit it off right away, and that's the joke. Zuko, DeMasi, you know what I mean? Paisans, okay? So for the people that have been sending me comments, I do apologize because I did not have the comment page up. But once again, the 19th hole crew checking in. Sean Herb, love you, buddy. Then, of course, the brother, Brent Herb, showing up. And Sean was listening to the Nat Hayes Jr. interview. You know, awesome kid. Keep him in your radar. Great kid. I mean, great interview. I appreciate that, Mr. Herb. Haven't seen you in a while, Sean. Hopefully we'll get together soon. But, you know, if you got a comment, just throw it right there in the comment box. And I didn't have the comment box open because I was I was trying to do 20,000 other things. So, but anyway, fifth quarter, overtime. That's when the coach takes his 3 social media videos, reels, whatever they may be, and they stood out to me the most. And like I told you, excuse me, during my little Braves recap, Matt Olson, 40 home runs, has tied Shohei Ohtani for the lead in Major League Baseball in home runs, and there's nothing better than the sound of a crack of a bat. Watch.
This one to center. Back goes Sawinski. Goodbye. He's just tied Ohtani for the Major League lead with 40 homers.
But he's just going to start a new streak.
RBI number 101 for Matt Olson.
The carry he gets on these line drives is incredible.
Super. I mean, Matt Olson. Who knew about Matt Olson when, you know, everything was about Freddie Freeman? And I love Freddie Freeman too. I love Freddie Freeman too. But I didn't think Matt Olson was going to be this good. Okay? Just something special. All right. If you were listening to me last week at the Optim Orthopedics Prep Sports Report, Karl DeMasi Sports Report, Media Football Day, it was a lot of fun. If you missed any highlights, you can go to the YouTube channel to find it. I'm going to try and splice it up and start putting up interviews during the week because, you know, we're getting into week 0. And but this was one of the best. Danny Britt, sorry, Danny, head coach of Benedictine, who's done a great job. He had 2 of his former coaches, and one was a former player. Baker Woodward played at Calvary. Danny Britt was the defensive back coach. Baker Woodward coached for Danny Britt for the longest time before he took over Savannah Christian. And then Kevin Prezant, who came to Savannah and worked under Danny Britt, became the assistant head coach. But they're questioning that he might be getting a little softer in his coaching career. And the man is definitely, was it GQ? I mean, always looking good, always looking spiffy, and he has some outstanding shoes on. So this is cut up from Amy Zimmer. Okay, Matt Olson was from Bally Sports, Major League Baseball, and now this little segment is from Amy Zimmer and WJCL.
I try not to. I think kind of the same coach that I have been, but he's probably right. He knows me too well. I am getting a little older and start getting in my feelings a little more than I used to. But and I do like my shoes. I don't know if you can get those, but they're pretty awesome. I didn't know he mentioned those, but I just got these in. I ordered them like 2 months ago and just got them in. So.
I mean, just something special. Just something special. And then Nathan Dominance came on later on and asked the players, is Coach getting softer? Nate Jackson, Bryce Baker, and Luke Cromerhawk said no. He's still Coach Britt. Something special. And the last thing I got to say, first play of the high school season, scrimmage, Calvary against Dodge County. And former player of mine at Islands High School when I started the program, Spencer Waldron, just a great catch of the touchdown pass from Jake Merklinger to Caden Arnold. Go to 912_suspense. This kid's doing great work. He's got over 1,000 followers. Spencer Waldron, great cut up, great catch of this play that opened the first touchdown of the 2023 season. Yes, and it was in the scrimmage. I got to watch that again. You got to watch that again. Jake Merklinger to Caden Arnold from 912_suspense on Instagram, on social media. Spencer Waldron. Great job, Spencer. There's going to be plenty of those this season. All right, so that's my 3 steps in the door with my videos. Karl's Corner. Many years I've been on the radio. Started in 2022 with Bill Edwards when he started News Talk Radio on 97.7. It came on every Friday morning, talk high school sports, give them a recap of high school sports. So I turned this in I guess, appreciation for Bill Edwards. Let me do it. We called it Karl's Corner, Karl's Corner, and high school football. And if you watched at the beginning of the show, Chad Griffin used to be with the coach and AD, made this comment. How did the scrimmages go? I'm an old football coach, okay? Head football coach. East Rockaway High School, New York, okay? Here in Savannah, Georgia, St. Andrew's School, and then at Groves High School. I didn't put a lot into scrimmage as far as wins and losses. I put a lot of stock into what we needed to fix, what we needed to work on, what we did well. All right? So to all those fans out there, scrimmages don't mean a thing to me. As far as scrimmages goes, I want to see the teams improving. I want to see the teams how they gotten better. I want to know what these teams got to work on. So, you know, and this was before Chad even made that comment. He didn't know this was going to be my editorial. I know kids get bummed out. It's like anything else, you know, scrimmages don't go well, and you know, you lose a little more of the morale. It hurts. I agree with you. But the coach has to tell them the scrimmage is a learning experience. It doesn't count on our record. It's only going to help us do the things we do better, do the things that we do well, do them better. And of course, the things that we didn't do well, how are we going to fix them? You know, mother failure is the greatest tool in sports because we learn from our failures. We learn from our defeats. And we only got to work to get better. And that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Learning how to get better. And that's what scrimmages are for in my mind. Chad Griffin had no idea that I was going to be talking at this at the end of the show because I try to come up with my editorial the night before. Like I just told PJ Zuko, you know, it's just not show up here and start talking. I mean, I got 10 pages of notes. 10 pages of notes for this show that usually only goes for an hour and a half. It takes me a good 3-4 hours to prepare for the show. And hopefully I'm getting better. You know, I know I'm not great. I know I bumble and stumble and mispronounce names, even though I try to learn them 50 times over. But you know what? It's a lot of fun. And scrimmages are something that we learn from. We learn from our failures, and we only get better. So that's Carl's Corner for this show. Lawrence, I hit a minute, an hour 35. It's always a lot of fun. And like I said, if you have someone special or an athlete that needs to get recognized, whether it's on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report or the Prep Sports Report, please, here you go, right here. Email me, kdemasi@prepsportsreport.com, or text me, 912-507-9158, and I'll get back to you. Because that's what it's all about. Getting these kids more publicity. Football season kicks off next week. It's going to be Thursday night. Like I told you, here's the schedule. All right, Thursday night, Savannah Country Day at Windsor Forest at Savannah High. Friday night, Richmond Hill at Effingham County, Vidalia at South Effingham, Brandywell at Wayne County, Benedictine at Jenkins. Jenkins is the home team this year. Islands at Calvary, Bluffton at Beach, being played at Savannah High. McIntosh County Academy at Johnson at Island Stadium. Southeast Bullock at Liberty County. Savannah Christian at Hilton Head Christian Academy. Bryan County at Lincoln County. Savannah High at Josie. Bethesda at Hilton Head Prep. And the Road Warriors, Memorial Day School, playing home at Pooler against Palmetto Christian. And St. Andrews is on the road at Thomas Jefferson. And like I also mentioned at the beginning of the show, what's going on here? Soundguarding tonight, the Savannah Bulldog Club. Back-to-back Natty Bash, 6 to 11. Get your tickets, $35 at Eventbrite. Come out and socialize, talk about what the Bulldogs are going to do this year. And we're not saying that word because I'm not jinxing them. Back-to-back. Okay, you know what I mean when you win three times in a row. All right, next Friday, August 18th at 7 p.m., we got Irritating Julie. Then Saturday, August 26th, we got All My Rowdy Friends. From what John Henderson tells me, it's the best Hank Jr. tribute band. Then we go Saturday, September 9th, we got the Yacht Club. And on Saturday, September 22nd, we got Pandora's Box, the ultimate Aerosmith band. So thank you for joining me. It's always a lot of fun. Whatever you're doing today or tomorrow, always hit it at the park. Please say a prayer for all those people in the Ukraine. What's going on in Hawaii, in Maui Island. And, of course, the crazy world that we live here in the United States. And once again, hopefully I took your mind off of that for an hour and 37 minutes. Peace out. God bless. And whatever you're doing this week, may it be your best week ever. Talk to you later. The coach, Karl DeMasi Sports Report, brought to you by the Coach's Corner Sports Network. Happy Saturday. Karl DeMasi Sports Report. Need some more followers. Subscribe. Love you.